I talked recently about Governor Gavin Newsom's choice to start a podcast and then to bring on some very interesting, unique guests, namely Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, and Michael Savage, three MAGA types, and he chummed it up with all of them. He provided very little pushback, and they all got to make their points pretty aggressively. So liberals are not happy with him for doing this. Conservatives are not overly impressed either. They haven't gained a soft spot for Newsom. I wonder why. I'd like to read some findings here from Capital Weekly, summarized up. New data on reaction to Gavin Newsom's new podcast. Favorability amongst liberals has declined from 46 to 30%. While some Republicans agreed with his stances, they overwhelmingly viewed him as insincere, calling him fake and pandering. A lot of liberals don't necessarily like the guy or think that he's sincere to begin with, even before this podcast, but now it's like, yikes. His net favorability dropped from +4 to -6, a 10-point swing in the wrong direction. Only 13% of voters had an improved perception of him, and only 1 in 5 said the podcast made them want to tune in for more. So not a good look at all. He did not keep an audience. He does not have an audience that's interested in what he's saying or what his guests are saying. And it's because of the way that he's handling it. He's a good talker. You know, he debated Ron DeSantis and he did fairly well. Ron DeSantis did fairly well too, but Newsom was generally able to best him in the eyes of the public. But this podcast thing, dude, what is going on here? I heard some speculation that these right-wingers might have been paying him in order to make them look good. Like, hey, I will come on your show. I will ridicule you. I will ridicule the left. I will spout a bunch of my favorite right-wing talking points. And you've got to sit there and minimally challenge it and let me basically spank you. That's what it was, a spanking in a sense. Charlie Kirk got to just go off. And it's like, yeah, when you invite a guest on, of course you got to let them speak. You shouldn't just interrupt them and be belligerent or rude or censorious or be like, hey, I'm talking now. You can't be a control freak. But at the same time, you can't just bend over backwards for them. And that's kind of just what Gavin Newsom did for Charlie Kirk. And he was like, oh yeah, my son was really excited to see you. It was a total schmooze fest, a one-way schmooze fest, I might add. And this does not make liberals happy. It does not make the left happy. It does not make anyone happy, it seems. I mean, sorry, right-wingers view him as insincere. And although they might hear some of his stances and be like, you know, that's not as crazy far left as I've heard. I've heard worse, you know. He doesn't want to trans my kid, as they say. He's still, I mean, he's burying himself. He's burying himself. These Republicans are never going to vote for him. They're going to vote for J.D. Vance in 2028 or whoever the hell replaces him. I should say whoever the hell is on the ticket, which is probably going to be Vance. But yeah, they're not going to vote for you anyhow, dude. How on earth do you think that this could enhance your credibility? It will hurt you in the 2028 primaries. It will hurt you in any primary that you decide to run in the future in the Democratic Party, 2032 onward. Now, someone actually speculated he might change his political party. He might become a Republican. I have a hard time seeing that at the moment, but it's possible. It's possible. Anything is possible. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below about Gavin Newsom's podcast and his choice of guests. Do you think he deserves this beating he's taking from the media and from liberals and from right-wingers? I'm interested in hearing. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This has been The Morris, The Merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.